Karen actually slapped my 68-year-old mother across the face during an argument over Christmas lights being one day past the HOA's January 5th removal deadline, leaving a clear red mark on her cheek, while shouting that elderly residents don't get special treatment. What Karen didn't know was that I'm a personal injury attorney who specializes in assault cases, and my mother's Ring doorbell recorded the entire incident in crystal clear video. Within 72 hours, I had filed criminal charges, initiated a $50,000 civil lawsuit, secured Karen's arrest for assault on an elderly person, which carries enhanced penalties in Texas, and made sure every major news outlet in Dallas had footage of an HOA president striking a senior citizen over holiday decorations. My name is Austin Martinez, and I'm a 35-year-old personal injury attorney living in Dallas, Texas. My mother, Elena, is 68 and lives 3 streets away from me in a neighborhood called Oak Ridge Commons. She's a retired teacher, still sharp, active, and independent. But arthritis makes physical tasks like climbing ladders painful and sometimes impossible. Elena loves Christmas. Always has. Every December, her house looks like something straight out of a Hallmark movie. Tasteful lights, wreaths, and decorations. Nothing excessive. Just warm, festive, and inviting. Oak Ridge Commons has HOA rules for holiday decorations. Lights can go up after Thanksgiving and must come down by January 5th. Reasonable rules. Elena has always followed them. This year, neighbors helped her put up beautiful white icicle lights along the roofline, a lit wreath on the front door, and soft pathway lights. Classic, elegant, no complaints. Until Karen became HOA president in November. She showed up to her first meeting in a red power suit, blonde hair perfectly styled like she was campaigning for office. She immediately announced strict enforcement, heavy fines, and zero tolerance for violations. January 5th fell on a Sunday that year. Elena planned to take the lights down that afternoon, but her arthritis flared badly that morning. She called me and asked if I could help her the next day, Monday the 6th. Of course, Mom, I said. One day isn't going to matter. I'll be there after work. I pulled into her driveway Monday evening around 5 p.m. and immediately noticed a black Mercedes already parked out front. Karen was standing on my mother's porch, pointing and yelling. I got out of my car quickly and heard her voice clearly. You're in violation. The lights should have been down yesterday. I know, I'm sorry. My mother said from the doorway. My son is coming today to help me. My arthritis. I don't care about your arthritis, Karen snapped. Rules are rules. You're fined $1,000. $1,000? For being one day late. Karen continued. You're setting a bad example. Other residents will think deadlines don't matter. I reached the porch. Mom, what's going on? Karen turned to me. Are you her son? Yes. I'm here to take the lights down right now. Too late, she said. The violation already happened. The fine stands. $1,000 for one day because of medical issue is excessive. I said calmly. There are no medical exceptions, Karen replied. She should have planned better. My mother's voice began to shake. I've lived here 20 years. I've never been late before. I just needed one extra day. Then you should have hired someone, Karen snapped. Your age and health aren't the HOA's problem. I saw tears form in my mother's eyes. We're taking the lights down right now. I said, can we discuss the fine reasonably? There's nothing to discuss. $1,000 due in 30 days. I'm on a fixed income, my mother said softly. I can't afford that. You should have thought about that before breaking the rules, Karen said. Stop begging. It's pathetic. Then she did something I will never forget. Karen reached out and slapped my mother across the face. The crack echoed. My mother stumbled back, clutching her cheek as it turned red instantly. That's what happens when people don't respect my authority, Karen said coldly. I stepped between them. You just assaulted my mother. Karen smiled. She was hysterical. I calmed her down. You slapped a 68-year-old woman. I said, that's assault. Assault. It was barely a tap. I saw you hit her. I said, that is assault on an elderly person. That a felony in Texas. Karen's smile faltered for the first time. You're overreacting. My mother was crying now, holding her cheek with trembling fingers. I pulled out my phone and dialed 911. This is Austin Martinez. I need police at 4729 Maple Drive in Oak Ridge Commons. An HOA president just assaulted my 68-year-old mother. I did not assault anyone, Karen snapped, trying to regain control. The dispatcher kept me on the line. Officers arrived in 9 minutes. 2 patrol cars for officers, including Sergeant James Wilson, who called. Wilson asked. I did, I said. This woman slapped my mother across the face. She's 68. This happened over Christmas lights being 1 day late. Wilson looked directly at my mother's face. The red mark was dark and unmistakable. Ma'am, are you injured? Elena nodded, tears running down her face. She slapped me because I couldn't afford the fine. Wilson turned to Karen. Did you strike this woman? It wasn't a strike, Karen said quickly. She was being hysterical. I calmed her down. You calmed her down by hitting her? Wilson asked. It was barely a touch. Ma'am, turn around, Wilson said. You're under arrest for assault. Given the victim's age, this is assault on an elderly person, which is a felony. Karen's confidence shattered instantly. What? I'm the HOA president. I have authority. Your authority doesn't include hitting people, Wilson said as he cuffed her. You have the right to remain silent. They led Karen away in handcuffs while she continued protesting about HOA rules and people overreacting. I helped my mother inside, got ice for her face, and then checked her Ring doorbell camera. It had captured everything. Karen yelling, my mother begging, Karen pulling her arm back and striking my mother's face. The sound, the shock, the pain, all of it in perfect HD. I downloaded the footage immediately. The next morning, I did 3 things. First, I finalized a police report and submitted the video as evidence. Second, I filed a criminal victim impact statement requesting maximum prosecution. Third, I filed a civil lawsuit for assault and battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and elder abuse. Then I sent the video to every major news outlet in Dallas. By Wednesday evening, the headline was everywhere. HOA president caught on camera assaulting elderly woman over Christmas lights. The video went viral, millions of views in days. National news picked it up. Karen became internet famous for all the wrong reasons. The Dallas County District Attorney charged Karen with assault causing bodily injury to an elderly person, a third-degree felony in Texas, carrying enhanced penalties, and a possible sentence of 2 to 10 years. Karen hired an attorney who tried to downplay it, claimed it was a misunderstanding. The video destroyed that argument. You could see and hear everything. The criminal trial took place 8 months later. The jury watched the Ring footage. They heard my mother testify about the pain, the humiliation, the fear. They heard me testify about walking up to find my mother crying with a handprint on her face. Karen's defense argued my mother was being difficult, and Karen was restoring order. The jury didn't buy it. Guilty. 3 hours of deliberation. At sentencing, the judge didn't hesitate. You assaulted a 68-year-old woman over Christmas lights. You abused your position of authority. You showed no remorse. 4 years in state prison is appropriate. The civil case settled before trial. Karen's homeowner's insurance paid the policy maximum, $50,000. Karen personally paid another $25,000. Total, $75,000. My mother used part of the money to install a permanent professional lighting system with a timer. Now her Christmas lights go up and come down automatically. No ladders. No pain. Karen served 3 years before parole. She lost her house, lost her reputation, and can't find decent work because her name instantly pulls up assault videos. Oak Ridge Commons HOA removed a $1,000 fine, issued a formal apology to Elena, and replaced the board. The new leadership extended the decoration deadline to January 10th and added medical hardship exceptions. My mother still lives in the same house, still decorates for Christmas. And if the lights come down a day late because her arthritis flares up, nobody says a word, because everyone remembers what happened to the last person who did. Karen thought slapping a senior citizen would assert her authority. She was wrong. It cost her 4 years in prison, $75,000, and a permanent internet legacy as the woman who assaulted an elderly lady over Christmas decorations. My mother's face healed. Karen's reputation never will. If an HOA ever becomes physically threatening, call police immediately and preserve all evidence. Physical assault is never acceptable, no matter the rule violation. Karen learned the hard way. Hitting a senior citizen costs everything when the victim's son is an attorney and the Ring camera never blinks.